There was supposed to be a video on Tuesday because if I remember correctly, I did upload the Grand Blue one on Monday night, well, morning. So I kind of forgot. Oops. But since I have nothing else intelligent to say and the other video will be coming out tomorrow, quote book, there you are. 限界まで飛ばせ So, normally this would have been a different video, but I kind of had to re-record that one and I lost the motivation to do so, so I made this one instead. This is about a game called Crimson Tears. I mean, if you saw the fucking thumbnail, you saw the thumbnail, you know, you can read, you're smart, that's why you're here. To watch an idiot make dumb jokes about video games. I'm not an idiot, I can still function with these games. Oh, whatever. Anyways, the game in question is called Crimson Tears. Now, Crimson Tears is a game I found out about through a friend, and we were just kind of talking one day, and he mentioned it as he was playing it before. I knew nothing about it, and it was an interesting concept, a roguelike beat 'em up with, like, combos, like real honest to god strings. I'm here for it. Hold on, wait, let's talk about it. And then I play it and I'm like, this isn't bad, let me look up more about it. And it was developed by a company known as Dream Factor and co-produced by Capcom and Spike for the PlayStation 2. This is out in 2004, meaning at one point or another I could have actually played this game at my uncle's house, my cousin's place, a family friend bringing it over and just leaving it with me, and then suddenly, oh hey, I have access to Crimson Tears now. Ain't that fucking neat? But no, no, I would not have beaten this game as a child. No, that would have been a horrible experience. I probably would have hated that game off rip. But instead, we're left with interesting experience. The game is rocking a pretty art style with nice character designs and an interesting opening. I had to use a different song for the sake of not getting ass blasted by YouTube's copyright system, because let's be real, that copyright system fucking blows. Seriously, it sucks. So yeah. The game in question is a roguelike beat 'em up dungeon crawler thing. I don't know how to describe this. I mean, you're looking at it, maybe you have a better idea of what it is, because it has a level up system too, and like it's rocking like a combo string upgrade system where like you get different parts of your strings through like collecting these things called combo upgrade parts, and it's really cool. And then I keep playing it and I'm like, okay, what's the downside? What is the downside to this obviously fun game in 2004 made with artificial longevity in mind? I wonder, what's that up there? Oh, that's a meter that forces me to fucking take the game at a specific pace. Man. the meter up there underneath their health bar is called the overheat gauge. If it overheats, you start rapidly losing health at a rate faster than humanly proceeded. You'd have a better time keeping track of how fucking fast your health is dropping if it wasn't moving at the speed of the boost gauge in a 3D Sonic game in the modern age, but that's neither here nor there, so yeah. I genuinely enjoy this game, don't get me wrong, but the overheat system is one of the worst mechanics in a game I've ever played. Why does, like, beating ass and, like, doing 6 strings force me to overheat? Like, why? Why am I penalized for piecing an enemy up? I'm beating loose change out their pockets, and you mean to tell me I'm getting punished for it? Hell, don't even do a heavy attack. And what I mean by a heavy attack, I mean like pressing triangle. Don't press that fucking button. It'll push your overheat gauge up too far. Oh, you want to do combos that involve delaying your string by doing a dodge out of it? No, fuck you. Don't even do that either, because that'll also push your heat gauge up too far. So you have to be efficient while also not trying to die. By the way, zombies have electric wind god fists, so have fun with that. Yeah, they're like zombies as common enemies, and they're very aggressive. So you got to be careful with that. But yeah, like it's a stressful game sometimes, but at the same time, I keep finding myself having fun with it, and I don't know why. Maybe it's masochistic tendencies, maybe it's the fact that I'm just a glutton for punishment and challenging action games. Who knows? Maybe I'm just weird. Actually, no. That might be it. I am weird. Yeah, I'm weird. So the game definitely suits my standards of fuck, I want that. But I want it better. It's not an atrocious game by any means, but it definitely needs some ironing out. Like, enemies do like Yakuza 3 level blocking. Like, Yakuza 3, enemies block all the time. It's just how it is. They keep blocking, and they don't stop. And then you have to break their guard again. And this game, you look like you have lows. Like, you almost feel like a Tekken character sometimes. You have, like, 2 attack buttons, but they function like Tekken strings. You can juggle enemies. Problem, enemies have lows. So they can just kind of sit there and, block. And block. And your lows aren't actually lows until they stop blocking. And then suddenly, oh, it's a sweep, puts them on the ground, you can pick them up, you can beat the shit out of them and run their pockets. It's an interesting concept, but then it stops being interesting when it stops fucking working correctly. So it's like, well, what the fuck? Why would you do that? Of all the fucking things to do, you give me lows that don't work as lows until the enemy stops blocking, and then expect me to know that it's a low to keep my combo going in a specific way. By the way, there's definitely hit proration in this game. Over time, your string will just stop working. You will just juggle an enemy and then suddenly, oh, string no work, fuck you. And like, I don't have a problem with strings not working. Like, I don't, but at the same time, I'm not a fan of the game deciding when it's not working, because like if it's a consistent string of, oh, it stops working here, then I would try something else to keep it going, but instead it's more of a, okay, punch, 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 kick, 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 and then oh, combo. And don't even get me started on the boss. I got to the first boss, and it's a boss. It's a boss fight. He liquidizes. You can then beat his ass. I don't even want to know what the rest of the bosses in this game look like, because I feel like they're all going to be a case of, well, shit, that was a fight. Because, like, it's not bad, but your 3 playable characters have such varying qualities in their melee strings that you're better off just pulling out a gun. Oh yeah, you can use a gun in this game. Like, it's very possible to use a gun, but don't. Like, don't you fucking dare. You know. That little 3-piece meter up there. You fucking know what that does. Using guns causes you to overheat. So don't even fucking touch it. Don't. Don't be like me. So it's like, I get it from a balancing standpoint, but I feel like overheat should only kick in when you use heavy attacks and guns. Your heavy special attack should only trigger the overheat by a certain amount, and your gun should be the thing that triggers an overheat. Dodging, blocking, and hitting them with normal buttons should not cause an overheat. I should not get punished for playing the video game. And oh, I stand around too long? Guess what? Hey, guess what? Come here. Come here. Come here. Yes. Standing idle will build the overheat meter too. Very slow, but thank God it's slow. Because if I had to go do something and I forgot to pause the game, pause the recording, and then I come back to my character overheating, I'd have to run through some items for that, and I'm just not okay with that. Like, it's an idea. I feel like something like an action action RPG, roguelike could come back in the modern age in the style of Crimson Tears if they got rid of the fucking overheat mechanic. It just gave us like a meter, like a special meter, you know, like a TP and Tales of. Like, that could work. Yeah. And by the way, there are 3 playable characters. I'm gonna tell you right now, the one favorite by the devs is Asuka. Why? She gets the most weapons, her strings are the most varied, and she has incredibly good options. The only reason I play as Tokyo is because his backstep allows him to then continue the string from a different point. So you could do square, square, backstep, square, 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 X, backstep, square, X, backstep, X, X. You know, it's a bunch of like fighting game jargon shit, 1-1-2, all that Tekken stuff. Good ass Tekken stuff right there, man. But sadly, there's no like things like electrics, mental awareness, stances, all that shit. It's just strings. It's just strings. Learn the strings, and you will live until overheat decides to murder you. So like that's my best advice I can give you there. Outside of it, I think the music is alright when it decides to play. And by decides to play, I mean the opening. I have an undubbed patch, so like I get to hear like the Japanese VA. Riku Gamiya is here. I think that's nice. I don't really got anything else to say besides... we'll get into that with the closing thoughts. With all that ranting, you'd think I'd give this a D. No, I won't be giving Crimson Tears a D. It'll, C. It gets a C. It's not a horrible experience, but it definitely shows its age with a lot of the designs. And mind you, I haven't even gotten further in the game where I'm pretty sure there's more enemies with super armor, and more enemies that force overheat because of how it's designed, and the combat. Like, it's good combat until you're forced to deal with overheat and overwhelmed by enemies and poison and a lack of, like, proper item space. Like, I feel like this could have been the first roguelike to really take it to the next level, but until then, we really don't have anything like that. So, for now, I will wait for something like Crimson Tears. I'll take a roguelike in the style of Devil May Cry, like, where it's just all the weapons give you, like, all the playable characters have unique attack strings. Like, they all have their own unique hand strings, but then, like, weapons have their own strings. Like, you know, their own Devil May Cry inputs and all that shit. Like, I feel like that would be cool. But for now, Crimson Tears is the closest I'm gonna get in the modern age, so I'll take what I can get. With that, I have been Sosuke the Wandering Gamer. Be easy, take care, wash your damn hands because, you know, it's good to keep clean, and of course, drink some water. But most importantly, above all else, have yourselves a damn good night.